right, welcome to Cafe Chronicles. Tonight we have Kong and Mike McClendon. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I'm here all the time.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. Michael works here at Music Hall. Yeah. So you guys have a show coming up, right?
Yes.
May 2nd.
Yep, May 2nd.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. The show May 2nd is called Stand Up for a Cause. It's raising money for the Juneteenth Detroit Festival, also called Juneteenth in Detroit.
Okay.
Also called the Juneteenth Community Festival.
All right.
All those are us, you know what I'm saying? But people call it different things. But we're raising money for that. It's a free family festival and a parade. It takes place on June 19th. Okay. So everything we do starting May 2nd, we've already, we got like shirts and, different things that we're promoting. But yeah, the Music Hall and Golden Ram came through major with this.
Okay, and Golden Ram is
me.
What? That's you, right?
Golden Ram.
Golden Ram Entertainment is a company.
Exactly, and it's a company that I started since I've been working here, inspired by what goes on in the Cafe Chronicles. Is that the first show that we actually did was a Father's Day show, and what was that? 2023.
Something like that,
yeah. It was 2023. Our first show was a all Detroit comedy show. A lot of people didn't think, we should have all Detroit comedians on a big stage.
Yeah.
They said don't do it. A lot of people told me not to do it because you can see the comedians, but you never see them on the main stage. Then after that, we started doing that following week.
You did cafe shows, right?
You gave me that cafe show.
So is it you put on shows as a Golden Ram does?
Yes.
Like mostly comedians, correct?
Well, I started with comedians, because it's Karen McBride. I went to her and Vince, kind of asked them to mentor me to get back into promotion because all I knew, and like him, that's one thing we got similar, just hip hop heads at first. It's just all rap. Everything.
Okay. So you're helping him put on the Juneteenth show.
Right? Stand Up for a Cause, yeah.
Okay. Where is that taking place?
It's going to be in the Juneteenth Festival.
Yeah.
It'll be in Highland Park, hopefully on Woodward in Manchester.
Okay. Is that where the parade's going to go?
Yes, that's where the parade
down
begins.
Woodward?
Yeah, it's going down Manchester.
Okay.
We're still fighting to get onto Woodward, you know what I'm saying? But it's a matter of growing the festival in numbers. And also writing our congressman, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's protected with lock and key, really, like higher level political stuff, know. It's not easy because Highland Park only has like 1.8 miles of Woodward. Yeah. That's all they have. But as of now, I've heard $10,000 and $20,000 to be able to walk down that stretch of Woodward to the state of Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the Dream Cruise pays, but that's what they want from us.
That's to shut down the street?
Yeah, just to detour people to go over a block. Not for the whole day, just for like 3 hours.
Wow.
We just want to walk down and walk back. And right now, even the mayor of Highland Park don't have the power to allow us to do that.
Wow.
So we've been very thankful to be able to be in Highland Park because even being on Woodward is a big deal. Being right there is a step up from where we were before. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be seen, we want to be visible, and we want people who have no idea this festival, because there's still people, no matter how much you promote, they won't even know. Mm-hmm. But if they're driving that day, we want them to be able to see us and join us and be a part of it.
Okay. Do you have a spot that the festival is taking place?
We can't say where it is yet until the city council approves it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you have something.
Yes, absolutely. We've been in the same place for the last 3 years.
Okay.
Usually when we move to a park or a play field, we're there for about 5 years.
All right.
This is our 15th year celebrating this.
All right.
It just became a national holiday, I believe, in 2021.
Yeah.
But we've been doing it since 2010 as a community.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let me know. I'll help promote it.
Yeah, this is a great help. And then just start telling like-minded people, man, people who enjoy culture, good food, and celebrating children, because that's what we focus on.
Okay.
The parade is filled with 2025 graduates, so they'll be walking with their caps and gowns on, and we hope that even that imagery inspires young kids. Like, I want to be in this parade. You know what I'm saying? But you have to graduate to decorate your car and come out with your cap and gown and have everyone clapping for you once again. You got to make it here. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to make a big thing of it and celebrating education and highlighting their futures.
All right, excellent. What about the May 2nd event? What's that?
May 2nd is going to be exciting. It's called Stand Up for a Cause, but I've been hashtagging it the Funny Fundraiser.
Okay.
You know, we're lucky to have comedians Josh Adams,
Sure.
La La Love, and Uncle Smooth, and Chef Bullet. Chef Bullet will be there as well, and I'll be hosting. So people have labeled it fire. We get a lot of fire emojis for the lineup. You know, Josh Adams is almost a household name. La La Love is fast rising, and Unc has an incredible following, a huge family that supports him, and a lot of people in the city love him too. They can be seen at different comedy rooms throughout the city. Yeah. Not Josh Adams as much. I believe he has something in Hamtramck. But Lala and Uncle Smooth are either at Punchline or, you know, something like that. They're always performing. Yeah. So it's going to be good to see them. And they've been a part of, Lala Love has been a part of a Juneteenth comedy fundraiser before. This is our third year using comedy to try to gain awareness, raise awareness, and raise some funds. Yeah. So she's
Josh
done it
Adams
before.
has been at the cafe a number of times.
Yes. He gets around.
Party.
He did your
He
birthday?
did your birthday party? Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I'm happy to work with him. I've only worked with him one time before, years ago. And it was like an Apollo thing where they could boo you.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, you get a crowd power, they're going to use it. Yeah. You know, so I'm doing my set and it's going well. And I got one single boo. Oh. And I just turned and walked off the stage. And Josh was like, where you going? I'm like, I'm not staying around for no more.
He was hosting it?
Yeah, he was hosting it. And it was going good. They were laughing. And then it was just like, boo. And I was like, all right, that's it. Thank y'all for coming out. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm so much better. I would have definitely honed in on him. And we would have had some fun, some different type of fun. You know what I'm saying? But disrupting my show.
Place.
Oh, yeah. The other day. Yeah, I just won a first place. Shout out to Painting with a Spliff. I did a 420 show. They were in there painting portraits and painting pictures, and there was smoke everywhere. But yeah, I got up after 3 hours of sitting in that. Yeah. I still got up and won first place in the competition.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great feeling. That's my third year doing that.
420 show on Easter.
Yeah, and I always, isn't it great how that feels? And I always place at this competition, but this was my first time winning first place, so it's been getting better and better, and I'm happy to see
That's
that.
great.
You know what I'm
Congratulations.
saying? Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and La La Love been killing it. This whole lineup.
Yeah, she just hosted for Faison Love like 5 shows over the weekend.
In a row.
That's major.
She did, what was his name?
Mark Curry.
Mark Curry.
Yep. Oh, wait a minute. So that's 2?
Yeah.
In the last couple months, she hosted. She opened for Mark Curry and she opened for Faison Love.
She did her very first stand-up ever here at the with one of Mike Chase shows. We doing an amateur night.
Yeah, shout out to Mike
Chase.
She
won. It was like the second competition, I think, and she just killed it. She won that week. She won the following week, and she been killing it ever since in the city.
She got favorite jokes that I like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's great.
That pig joke.
So you kind of got.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Her pork joke is funny.
Pork joke.
Yes, if you love pork or if you don't love pork, you got to see La La Love talk about pork.
And
it's funny.
And Heavy D.
Yeah, Heavy D.
Uncle Smooth. He looked like Heavy D.
Yeah,
the high top fade.
I rock with him.
But he didn't did the show. He did the. Mike Chase had a lot of them two here. I met Kong here.
Yeah, I was here through a Mike Chase show.
Yeah, he did the crowd work. That was my first time actually seeing him. And then Chef Bullet. I think I only seen him. I seen him a couple times.
Chef Bullet won the Coco comedy competition though.
Yeah,
and that started with 75.
He real
comedians.
Clever.
Yeah,
real clever.
Clever in the comedy.
Yep. And it's about to be a nice show. It's just this mix that we have. It's gonna be really, really funny, and we do need people to come out to not just support them and just vibe with us, but also think about this is stand up for a cause. It is something like because you heard what he got going on, and it's just different now. It's just. It became since they made it. He was explaining because he's been kind of putting me up on the festivals because I'd never been to a Juneteenth festival. actually, and he been putting me up on the difference between what he do. That's really why I'm like, oh yeah, because his is family oriented, and I've been hearing about him over the last years, but everybody getting lit, and it's more of a
Like a party vibe?
Just
grown
another party,
yeah.
and it really
Yeah.
shouldn't be that. Well, I really don't want to say what it shouldn't be.
Right,
Everybody's going to celebrate how
In
they
their
choose
own
to
way.
celebrate,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
The good thing about the Juneteenth festival that we've been curating over 15 years is that we
The
do
first.
it. Yeah, and we were the first to. We have the longest running Juneteenth festival in the state of Michigan, right? When it comes to the a grassroots festival, us getting together, doing it ourselves. When we found out about this, it turns out that the city of Lansing has been celebrating this for like 30 years, right? But it never. That's the thing when people talk about, and they start sounding like conspiracy theories and stuff like that. But just ask yourself, how have we never heard about this? How has the state capitol been celebrating this in such a major way for going on 30 years, and it hasn't been on the news? You don't know anyone who's ever gone to it. It's a festival that it's a acknowledgement that has been coveted, right? Those who know celebrated and those who didn't were not made aware.
That's interesting. Why? Yeah.
Yes. Without getting too deep into it, you just shouldn't. Anything that has been kept from you has been kept from you on purpose and by design for whatever reasons. They're not going to be positive. You know what I'm saying? So when you find out about it, you have to tell the world and you have to protect it. So we don't have any marijuana smoking. We don't have any alcohol at all. It's completely family oriented. Like, we don't want to find out how you act after you do the 3-legged race with your kid, but you've had 3 shots of vodka, something like that, and you lose and fall down. Like, we don't want to know what that part of you is like. Today is something has to be sacred. Something has to be safe, right? Rucker Park has been going on for 40-something years. There's never been an incident of 5 boroughs coming together to play basketball for a week and then disperse back to where they came from. Something has to be sacred. And I believe it ends how you started. Not that anything is foolproof, but you just make it less possible to go wrong.
Right.
It's 98 degrees. We don't need any alcohol. We also don't need any neighborhood crazy rap music where people gonna start repping hoods and all this. We don't need none of that either. So the vibe is African drums. We have African drummers come out, African dancers, because we don't want them to think it's just a barbecue. It's a celebration of culture and where we've come from one place to the next and where we're going after this.
Now, you said Lansing's been doing this for 30?
Yeah, it should be on. Last time I checked years ago, they were already on year 27.
Do you know about other states? Have they been?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Down south, it's a major thing.
Texas started it.
Yes, it started in Galveston, Texas.
Texas.
Yeah. So they've been doing it since 1866, 1865. You know what I'm saying? And then it has to spread. So historically, African Americans who came from the South, not everyone, we're never talking about everyone, but the general consensus was, we're not coming up here to keep racism going. We're coming up here to work and just prosper. So they left a lot of things in the South that were from the South. You know what I'm saying? And that celebration being one of them. There are families who have been celebrating this annually, but they go to places like Idlewild. Meanwhile, I didn't know Idlewild was a place till the movie came out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, if you don't know, you won't know. You know what I'm saying? Until you go looking and find it yourself.
That's what Juneteenth is about, for those who didn't know. That's what the whole day was made about.
Yeah, so because they didn't know. Right.
There was some people just didn't know they was free. They didn't know they had that capability of making money.
Their own decisions and moving around.
Yeah.
It's people now who don't know they're free. When you ask me, well, what are we celebrating now? We're still celebrating freedom.
Yeah.
We're still celebrating the fact that we can gather in public.
Right.
We can sing as loud as we want, laugh as loud as we want. The parade is major, symbolically, because for a long time, Black people in America couldn't drive anywhere or ride a horse.
Or gather.
We walked everywhere. So if you left Galveston, Texas, and you lived in Ohio, and the only place to celebrate Juneteenth is Texas, and you want to go, you're going to go. You're going to hitchhike, you're going to hitch rides, you're going to walk some, you're going to sleep in this state and walk. That's why traditionally it's a 7-day 7-night festival, which we're working our way up to. But the reason it's that way is because, one, not only were they not sure of the exact date because they were unaware of it, but also because if you walked a state to get here, you're not going to stay for a day. You're going to you bring in tents. You might end up working here and staying here now. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to walk 2 days to celebrate something for one and then walk back. So it's a 7-day, 7-night festival, which helps with the way things are set up now, because for a long time, until it was national, people couldn't take the day off work, right? So they would miss it. So we had to have several days of celebrating so that you could figure out a way to get there.
Kind of thing?
Yeah. Now it's a national holiday. So
when did that happen?
So they just
2021. Trump gave it to us.
2021.
so they just picked the 19th.
The government is only going to give you 1 day to celebrate.
No, I know, but
they picked the 19th.
kind of randomly.
Yeah, like that's like the
Because
culminating
it actually
day.
was, when it actually happened, it was like
It was
January.
wintertime.
And it was
The
they're not
explanation for that.
celebrating in the winter.
Yeah, the explanation for that is very
Party,
simple. Like,
yeah.
we're not
Yeah.
celebrating in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying?
We
So
celebrate Christmas.
yeah, and then we don't have to compete with anything.
Right.
Right. Quite being honest, the only major thing that's happening in June is Father's Day, and of course it's Pride Month. But Pride Month didn't always exist.
Right.
Juneteenth was something before Pride Month, but it wasn't up here, so what difference does it make? Right.
But talk about that, because you was telling me about that, how once it became a national holiday, how that changed the way that you even had to do the festival.
So our government here, Charles H. Wright, none of them had ever acknowledged Juneteenth at all in any way, shape, or form. Right.
Here in Detroit?
Yeah, here in Detroit, I'm speaking about it. Well, no cities really, you know what I'm saying? Because I've worked with Royal Oak, Ferndale, other than Lansing, you know what I'm saying? That's why I know for a fact had an organized annual celebration of this for their city was Lansing, right? So for 10 years, we turned in applications to the Park and Rec of Detroit to celebrate Juneteenth. Every year we had to fill it all out, get the permits. It became a national holiday. And then the mayor of Detroit got on TV and said, this is the first time the city of Detroit has ever celebrated Juneteenth. So volunteers are like, he's ignoring us. I say, no, someone explained to me that when someone like the mayor or of that class or whatever says the city of Detroit, they're not talking about us. They're talking about themselves. They're talking about the people in City Hall and the elitists and the people who make decisions. We have never celebrated this. They're not talking about the fact that they have thousands of people in the city who have been celebrating it for a decade and asking your permission to do it. You know what I'm saying? So then it became a cash grab and something for everyone to go after. The festival that we had been having for 5 years at Maharis Gentry Park got shut down in the middle of it. They wanted to charge all our vendors money. That's something that's happened in the last few years because our local governments have realized that we have figured out a way to make money on our own, right? If we rent the park, if we fill out the paperwork for the park, we started having pop-up shops there. And it was like, well, they're selling things and we're not getting anything. You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden they wanted money from every vendor.
Yeah.
The issue with that is the money from the vendors pay for the event, right? If we get 12 vendors and they all pay $100, that's $1,200. It's not going to go far. We're probably going to get our porta potties or our bounce house and generators, you know what I'm saying? But now with the government wanting a piece of it, you have to tell a woman who sells candles and ashtrays in the summertime, it's going to be $300 now.
Right.
So now she's just not going to come, right? So systematically, it is a way to keep you small, right? So you have to work hard on finding your sponsors, right? So we spent 10 years celebrating this, but people didn't know what it was. So it wasn't easy to get. We didn't get any money from anyone because we have to educate you on it at the same time. We're going to ask you for money for it. So instead, we would just ask you to come and enjoy yourself and see what it's like. You know what I'm saying? See what we're doing. See how we're celebrating these children, you know? When it comes to the media arts or anything like that, there are children here who are aspiring to be what you are. You know what I'm saying? So we found a podcast to come outside. You know what I'm saying? Come out, set up outside and film everything and interview people. It's really a beautiful thing, but I believe because of the power of it and how inspiring it could be, our old system chose to sweep that under the rug. You know what I'm saying?
Does Detroit proper, I guess, do anything for Juneteenth?
For a few years they did, but this year they have not promoted anything online except for the African World Fest. I have my personal beliefs about that is that you can't sell Juneteenth to us, right?
Okay.
Based on the history of Juneteenth,
Right.
the local government cannot host an event and charge us to get into it.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You should be giving it to us and just saying, look what we did. You know what I'm saying? Come have a good time. There's a carnival at Hart Plaza, which they used to do, right? We used to have the Father's Day Carnival down there. They've given us free carnivals, right? But it's like, no, with this, you got to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? The only reason there's a different New Year's for the Chinese people is because they acknowledge it as their New Year together. They came, this is our New Year, this is our calendar. So as far as Juneteenth goes, y'all got to build that up yourself. You know what I'm saying? So they backed away from it.
And we're going to tax you.
And right. So now if you come to them and say, hey, we want to do Juneteenth in this park or that park, they're like, okay. I remember they told me for the firefighters to come and inspect the tents, mind you, we've already turned in the permit that says these people deliver tents. They have insurance. They've been around for 30 years. They're going to charge you, the city is going to charge you to send the fire station to inspect every knot. And at the time, it was $60 per knot. But the tent has 8 knots. I'm like, well, I guess we just won't have a tent. You feel me?
Wow,
so when because I can't pay the fire station $500 to inspect what these people have already shown the paperwork that they know how to do. Right? That's going to take away from my porta potties. Now I got 2 less porta potties. You know what I'm saying? So we just no tents. But what that means when I say is to systematically keep you small. Without a tent, there's no elders. There's no pregnant women because you can't keep them cool. So none of them are coming. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, get your money up if you want to celebrate this in our city. You know what I'm saying? So since I can't just snap my fingers and get the money up, I work hard to get the numbers up. And every year it has grown and it continues to grow to the point where they just won't be able to ignore us. So this year we have a petition that everyone's going to be signing in the month of June. We need thousands of signatures to be relevant to our government that we don't want it for free. We don't want it for free. I am willing and will never pay more than $5,000 to be on Woodward. And I feel like that's fair because I know some changes have to happen. Some police have to be activated. But I'm not interested in paying anything that can be seen as a profit. $10,000 to walk down the street is ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you have a website or people somewhere they can go to get this kind of information or maybe to sign the petition?
Yes, they can sign the petition on www.juneteenthindetroit.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, great. I'll put that up on the
Yes, juneteenthindetroit.com. Thanks to Right Track Tax Group, we have that website.
Okay.
And they manage it for us. Yeah.
And tell them about
this is great what you're doing, by the way. This is great.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a great time. And
the magazine?
Okay, I'm going to tell them. And I wanted to add that in this 14 years we've been doing this, we've never so much as had a police call. Right? Not a hurt child, a domestic dispute, a broken car window, nothing. So something we're doing the way absolutely that's the most powerful part of this because they do cherish it and they are coming to learn and they are bringing their children and their grandmother. You know what I'm saying?
Has attendance grown?
Yes, over the years, attendance has grown.
Yeah.
We've had to move a few times, so it's a geographical thing.
Because of attendance?
Because of attendance and because of exposure. We want to be seen.
Yeah.
So if we went from Jefferson and Connors to Linden and Greenfield and did the parade up Linden, it's just, you're not being seen by anyone, right? So yes, we're working hard at growing the number so that we can be on a main street, which would be Woodward. It's perfect. It's historical. It's the first paved road. It just means so much. You know what I'm saying? So right now, for us to raise money, because we're not just asking for it.
Right.
We have the comedy shows coming. May 2nd is the Stand Up for a Cause. And we have something we've created called the Metro Ad Mag. The Metro Ad Mag is a magazine of businesses who support what we're doing. And they'll have like announcements, 15% off this. Remember the old coupon books we used to have? They'd be like this big.
Yeah.
You paid for them. We're going to be distributing things for free. And anybody who wants, to put an ad in there or a coupon in there, they can put that in there. and there's a quarter page, a half page, a whole page, different prices, and that's what we're using to raise money that way as well. You know what I'm saying? So you can put your ad in there, and we'll be promoting you for the rest of the year, and we'll also add you to our website, because we understand there's some people who have products and business don't have a website. Well, just like that, you can be on our website, on our business page of supporters. We call it the Coalition of Caring Citizens, right? So whether you're a business owner or a resident, organizations don't have to pay. Community resources don't have to pay to be in the magazine. But we want our community who comes out and enjoy that day to know who's responsible for it. They have to know to support those who support them, because we've had people donate, I would say handsomely in the past, and then look for us throughout the year. And then when we return, they've told us like, nah, because y'all, we ain't see none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is an Arabic brother. Yeah. And he was a butcher at Hamtramck. He donated like 500 pounds of assorted meats. You know what I'm saying? And that was major, because for the first 3 years, all they ate were hot dogs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hot dogs and burgers, hot dogs and burgers. And all of a sudden, it's neck bones, ribs, and people took food home that year. I remember seeing people leave with plates of food. It was beautiful. When I went back the following year, he said, no, because none of you came in here. And I was like, well, how he know? Nobody from Juneteenth Festival came in here. He was like, no black people came in here. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, really?
And I'm like, I got to fix that. You know what I'm saying? So we created something called the RBG dollar. The RBG dollar is proprietary to us. The design and everything belongs to us, but it's currency that can only be spent at our festival. And you can only get the currency by supporting our sponsors. So if you have an oil change, a mechanic shop, and we say, go get your oil change here, right? When you go get your oil change there, they'll give you your receipt and 2 or 3 RBG dollars, right? If you do this throughout the year, supporting the people in that magazine, by the time Juneteenth comes around, you got like an envelope full of this money that can only be spent at our festival. The reason we did that is because we don't want it to be, we don't want the fun to be based on what you got in your pocket, right? I've gone to festivals with my dad, and you will see the family with money. You know what family got money. Everybody got some light up chain around their neck, big hat. The parents got the long ass drinks. My parents were the ones that brought a cooler. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not stopping at any of the food booths, but with the RBG dollar, we changed that. Throughout the year, you all got to do something. You're going to grab a pizza. You're going to pay your phone bill at a Metro PCS. Just pay it here. Pay it at this one on the west side and this one on the east side. They'll give you RBG dollars. When June comes around, it doesn't matter if you're unemployed. Come enjoy yourself, because all throughout the year, you've been supporting who supports us. And now you got $200-300 worth of money. And our vendors will accept that.
That's great what you're doing, man. You really thought a lot of this through.
We've been doing it a long time.
Yeah, and I can tell you're very passionate about it. So
I haven't shared a lot of this stuff publicly because it's supposed to be like intellectual, but no one has been doing it long enough to catch up. Now we have to worry about people who are bigger than us trying to take it. Right? No one who just started can catch up with the fact that there's a young lady who has her lemonade in the Whole Food stores now. She makes it special with bee honey or something like that. She sold her lemonade at Juneteenth 11 years ago. Right? There's a young man who now works for U of M who started the Black Poet Society for U of M a year ago. I watched him grow up. His mother brought him every year. And now he reached out and talked about, what can I do to start a writing scholarship through Juneteenth? That's how long you have to wait for these type of things to happen. But he never forgot Juneteenth, and he loves it, and now he wants to put something into it.
That's fantastic.
With the education and the resources that he has. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate the families who've been supporting us, but we definitely need more support. It's no ceiling to this. So if you care about the young people, if you care about a more viable community that cares about each other, you know what I'm saying, and looks out for each other, and then this is the festival for you, right? If you don't have children and you and your boys just want to go somewhere and drink and smoke, there's going to be a festival with rap music somewhere on the west side on Grand River. LGBT has one, like specifically like to, you know, so they can feel comfortable and just party amongst themselves. Of course, we don't turn anyone away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an all-inclusive, whoever can come, you know what I'm saying? But
family centered.
Yeah, but it's family centered. So our security tends to ask you, like, where's the children? Are you volunteering? Because this is a car full of men, right? So where are your go get your children? We've sent people to go get their kids. Like, oh, I heard about the festival. Like, yeah, go get your babies and come back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because we don't just need a group of dudes just walking around through here making people feel some type of way.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the ladies. We've turned away a couple of minivans full of very excited, scantily clad women who just seen a lot of stuff going on at a park. You know, and we're
Thinking
like,
it's
well,
a party.
yeah, but it's like, no, the moms and the grandmas and the mothers are here. Y'all can go back and get your babies or come back when we out of the park. And it's always been understood. We've never gotten into any sort of clashes with the neighborhoods because we do as we should. And before the event, we're knocking on doors, we're going through the neighborhood, we're passing out flyers, letting them know that it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So it affects the immediate community because it's very loud all day. We have the marching bands, then we have the African drummers, and it's just loud. So, of course, we don't come into your house without knocking first.
What marching band's coming this year?
We are raising funds again because it's not free. And that's the thing.
We're here.
Yes, it used to be free, right?
Yeah.
Everything changed and it became national because now there's so many people asking you to come here, right? But for a decade, the bands had nowhere to play on Juneteenth because no one was doing it but us. So they would come and we didn't pay anything. You know what I'm saying? But the demand came, and now it's like, well, 4 different events want me to come on this day. So now it's about $700 per band. So last year we've had the Martin Luther King Crown Crusaders with us for 5 years now. So that's the first band we're trying to pay for, and it's $700, right? So we want to keep them coming back. They've led the parade for 4 years. Last year, the Chandler Park Academy joined us, and that is an amazing, that's a lot of kids in that band, right? And it was amazing to see them. They brought out the flag girls and the majorettes, and then the cheerleaders were there. They're $500, right? And we had the fire marching band. They started with us. That's a volunteer marching band that a lot of players, musicians who graduate from high school end up volunteering with them to keep playing and keeping themselves sharp. So they've been with us, but they need $500 too. So right now we're trying to raise about $1,700 just for the bands. So anybody who's interested in the music and keeping that going, that's another thing. Everything can have a scholarship, right? That's the goal of this, is if they're performing in front of us, make it mean something, right? So with that being said, we did crown the very first Miss Juneteenth. Detroit never had one, obviously. And we also crowned the first Miss Michigan Juneteenth. So we had a Miss Detroit Juneteenth and Miss Michigan Juneteenth. And we did that through essay contests and what are they into? Tell us about your child. And we have some really amazing young ladies who've been crowned Miss Juneteenth over the years. We took it a step further. That's a tradition that's been happening since the beginning of Juneteenth. There's never been a Mr. Juneteenth. It's always been the ladies, you know what I'm saying, the little sisters. So we started Mr. Juneteenth with the same criteria. What's his grade point average? How does he help his family? How does he help his community? Have him write the essay, do a video. And it takes an active parent also. That's why, another reason why these kids are so successful. They have to do 7 or 8 things just to qualify to send it in. You know what I'm saying? You have to be an active parent. You have to be a parent who believes in your child and support your child. Because when we say, oh, we're doing the art call, we've had parents who say, well, my baby, I mean, they don't paint like that. Because the word competition intimidates them. You know what I'm saying? So we get rid of competition. We don't say that anymore. We say art call, essay call. You know what I'm saying? Just let them write. Let them create. When we got all that art, it was beautiful. Because it's just abstract art. What she's calling scribble, some people liked, right? He scribbled, then he painted, then he glittered it. And people were like, what's this one? You know what I'm saying? So when they made their paintings, this was last year, 2 years ago, we took those paintings and we put them on T-shirts. And then the kids and their families wanted to sell that shirt. Buy my baby Juneteenth shirt. Buy my baby Juneteenth. So we fell back from it because even though it was good, I needed to go somewhere. I don't want them to feel so good about something they did and then that's it. It's over after the 19th. I need you to know you at least have $250 in an account somewhere. Come back next year, do it again. You do this 4 years through high school or through middle school and high school, you'll have $5,000 waiting on you in a scholarship when you graduate. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just to show them we can have a good time. It's to show them that with many hands makes great work.
And you're supporting the arts.
Yes, and you supporting the arts because that's where we're going with these kids. Like, of course, it's going to be lawyers and doctors, but for the most part, this is the generation of creators, and they're not really going the normal ways of doing things. You know what I'm saying? Remember, for a long time, if you were a DJ, you were a radical. You know, I was like, fucking DJ, you're playing your music every weekend. Yeah. DJs make hundreds of thousands of dollars now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Justin's
it can happen.
a DJ.
You feel me? Like, it can happen. You know what I'm saying? The dude from the one dude from Jersey Shore was like the #1 DJ for like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? We can't limit them. We need to support them with boundaries, of course, with structure, but let them create. You know, so that's what Juneteenth is about. Juneteenth is about the freedom to create and express and be yourself and be applauded for that, because this country has come a very long way in allowing us and everyone else to do that. You know what I'm saying? The freedoms we all have now, we couldn't imagine not having them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't imagine not having them. And even the voice to shun our ancestors and talk about what people should have did before, the only reason you can do that is because of what they did. Exactly. You could be living somewhere where you're not allowed to voice your opinion at all. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll turn the internet off. Like Kim Jong be doing. He'll just turn the internet off. Right. Like, y'all want to make jokes, he'll just turn it off. Yeah. So we want to celebrate our children and celebrate families, and most of all, the graduates. When we say graduates, we don't just mean 12th grade. If your baby going from kindergarten to first grade, from 5th to 6th, from 8th to 9th, if they're graduating, if they're going to get their cap and gown or a sash, we want them in the parade, right? So last year we had 2 master's degrees going to get PhDs. They walked. And we had 3 young ladies who had already completed like an associate's degree or something like that. But we're like, no, everybody come, because everybody inspires the next generation. The next, you are where they're trying to get to. So let's come out, Yeah,
and that's the thing. The one inspires the next.
Absolutely. And we have to show them. We have to show it to them.
Yeah, that's how it grows.
Yes, yes, because people think they out here alone in everything. Yeah. If you can lose someone in your family and feel like you alone and you're the only person that ever lost somebody, which is insane, but that's what feelings do to you, then you can be bogged down by homework, your family is insane, the house is insane, and you think you're alone. There are people who have made it all the way to PhDs who came from that same house. They just don't rap about it. The rappers get the rap like, we had to sleep 4 to a bed. Right. There's a PhD who slept 4 to a bed. You know what I'm saying? He just don't get to make a song about it. Yeah. So when we mentor our young people, because it's a Juneteenth youth empowerment group, when we mentor them, we make sure we tell them that, well, I just told you this, you're not going to meet a 50-year-old man that don't have a story to tell or a lesson to teach you. For some reason, we've gotten lost and feel like they have nothing to offer. And then the elder men feel like, oh, these kids don't listen. We've proven year after year it's just not true. Some don't. We're only worried about the ones who do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have enough funding or energy to chase down a young dude who just got his first gun, his first bag, and his first little bad chick, and he's driving a Chevy. He's not going to listen to nobody for years. You know what I'm saying? You can say something to him, but he got to find that out on his own. We have to start earlier, before they decide what type of person they're going to be. We have to start letting them know.
Before they get in trouble.
Yeah, we got to start letting them know that in the 5th grade, you're already deciding what type of person you're going to be. It's your 4th time you lied. In 2 weeks, you're a liar. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be a liar. Like, we got to stop this. You know what I'm saying? I tell my kids all the time, like, don't grow up and be somebody I wouldn't hang out with. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to come over your house. You know what I'm saying? So we want to encourage them to be young, when they're young, to stay good, to endure hardships, because your family ain't going to have money like everybody else. Everybody going to have the same money. Yeah. But you have to get through it. If you are not being abused physically, mentally, emotionally, if you're not being abused, it's just y'all broke. Like, you mad because y'all broke. Oh, okay, never mind. You know what I'm saying? Clean those clothes and bring your butt to school. You know what I'm saying? This is the only way righteously up out of that. Is you got to go harder than your parents did. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully some of these kids that attend Juneteenth are seeing, the way out of it.
Yes, but that's why we empower them. Like, we have youth vendors, we have youth performers. It's their celebration. We didn't want them to grow up and say, "Oh, Juneteenth, that's something my mom and them used to do."
Right.
We want them to remember they earned their first dollar there.
Yeah.
That they created a whole booth and sign and brought out the little bracelets they've been making.
So they're the ones that got inspired. There,
Absolutely.
there,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that's why, first of all, we appreciate Highland Park because they invited us and they let us do our thing. But things have begun to change and we want to keep them the way they are. We want the city to remain helpful and supportive because we don't want to turn that little sister away. Right. Oh, she's a vendor. She made the bracelets in her room. You know what I'm saying? Like, let her $100 went to the waters. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not asking you for anything except courtesy. So just let us do this. You know what I'm saying? We got if we grow it right, you have so much time to ask for money. Now's not the time.
Yeah. So the fundraiser on May 2nd, the money goes to the
all the
Juneteenth,
proceeds go to the Juneteenth.
And you get the tickets on Eventbrite, correct?
Eventbrite, or call us, contact us. We actually have some physical tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull up with them.
I will too. I'll take the east side. You take the
I'll take the west side. You take the east side. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pull up on y'all. So we got the May 2nd, Stand Up for a Cause.
You got any other things? Yeah.
The Metro Ad Mag, right, which we really want business. Oh, can I say some of the businesses who are already in the magazine?
Sure.
Call Camper. 1-800, you better call Camper. The lawyer, he's in there, and I thought that was great because his law office is located on West McNichols.
Okay.
Like, that's got to be a first. You know what I'm saying? Or at least it ain't been one there in a long time. So he's right there in the neighborhood, call Camper. Good Helpers, Heating and Cooling. They've been supporting my comedy and Juneteenth for a couple of years now, so we appreciate them. What's the Deal is the pickle lady. You hip on her?
I've seen the logo. I mean, I've been.
You a healthy dude though. You got to go get you some of that. There's no carbs.
I know about it.
She's a sandwich shop with no bread.
What's the deal?
Yeah, what's the deal? Is located on Livernois and 6 Mile. They make pickle sandwiches, bell pepper sandwiches, tomato sandwiches. There's no bread. Nothing's cooked. Everything is fresh. And she's really grown that from just pickles in a little white box for $10 to now she has a building. You know what I'm saying? And she's been supporting Juneteenth since she used to wheel them around. Yeah, it's a great thing. Right Track Tax Group, they've been supporting us for a while. And I'm sorry, but we have a new sponsor this year who has afforded us a stage. And we haven't had a stage in like 7 years, which changes things to elevate people and our performers. So anybody who wants to perform at the Juneteenth Festival, let me know because now we have a stage and we can present you properly. So thank you to Miss Jones for that.
There's still a lot of stuff needed.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
we still need, but he's doing way more than
we need porta potties still.
Yeah,
porta potties are a big ticket item, and I must say, one year I got on Mason, and those got paid for.
Okay.
Right, those things just showed up that morning because we were going to use like the business bathroom, and the truck pulled up like they're all paid for.
We need a Cafe Chronicles viewer to pay for.
Yes, and things have changed because now with every porta potty you need a hand washing station.
Yeah.
That didn't used to be a thing. now we got to wash our hands. You know what I'm saying? So we need porta potties.
Yeah,
that's a major thing.
Yeah,
and we need donations so we can bless our performers. We never have enough to pay a performer what they're worth. Yeah. But
are these things listed on the website?
They're listed on our sponsor pack. Yeah, the sponsor package is on the website.
All right.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. So they'll know
because I'll put that up for people to go.
Yeah, you can sponsor one thing. You can say like we're doing the toilet. We're doing the porta potty. We'll do 2 porta potties. You know what I'm saying?
Will this stuff be available on May 2nd as well?
Yeah, we're gonna have some information.
It'll be tons of paperwork.
Okay. All right,
they're gonna leave with a whole little bag of stuff.
We're trying to get some shirts made. That's just for this. Some limited shirts. The signature for 2025 Juneteenth and Stand Up for a Cause. Also, I just want to say, he was talking about how it would be a whole week of celebration in a lot of different places. That is something we was thinking about doing. But,
moving up. You just got to move towards it.
But the following day, which is a Friday, we just got, thanks to Ted.
Oh yeah.
We got the 20th.
We actually have
Jazz Cafe.
We're gonna have actual comedy day that is a Juneteenth celebration. That's going to be actually.
Now it's in the week of celebration.
It's a part of.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
That's dope. So that reminded me that on the 22nd, because mind you, even though Juneteenth the 19th is supposed to be a week, this time belongs to us. And we can really celebrate it however we see fit. Yeah. Flint celebrates every single day of June, right? Juneteenth starts June 1st. It's not over till June 30th. This is our first time having something that happens after the 19th.
It's going to be a Juneteenth weekend.
Right, Juneteenth weekend. So now we have the comedy show on the 20th.
Here.
And then on the 22nd.
At the Cafe.
Yep, and then on the 22nd, we'll have the Youth Day, which is specific. Like the festival is a family thing. The Youth Day there's not going to be anything there for adults. But we're going to have a tennis camp at Palmer Park on courts, I believe, 11 and 12. But you'll see us. But we're going to have a tennis camp for the kids. And they're going to the same where I won the competition at the painting. Yeah. They bringing all the paint and everything outside. The kids are going to paint, and we're going to barbecue for them. So anybody who wants to learn tennis, they want to come paint, get your kids out the house for the Sunday, the 22nd. We still going to be celebrating. And it's on the flyer, so you'll see that. But
busy June.
Yeah.
It gets really busy.
That's fantastic.
It gets really busy. That's why we need more volunteers, though, because regardless of the ideas, we definitely need more volunteers and more people that want to help us bring this into fruition.
Come out and celebrate.
Because no matter how many ideas I have, they're just my ideas. We have a 5K that's been added. This will be our second year hosting the 5K. That was brought by our sister, Whitney Myers, and T-Style. She's a hairdresser. She owns a salon on the west side. They run marathons. And they came to me and said, you should have a 5K. Juneteenth. I was like, right, you should run it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whenever you come to me with an idea, I'll be like, great, take off with it. Because I got enough stuff going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a great idea.
What is the 5K? Explain it.
The Juneteenth 5K happens at 9 a.m. the same day.
Oh, okay.
Right. So this is how on the 19th. So this is how the 19th begins. At 6 a.m. they have sunrise yoga. Right. And there's a sister who lead that, and they can go to the website and sign up for sunrise yoga, and they'll contact them. Right. Mm-hmm. That's at 6 a.m. At 9 a.m., the 5K begins, right? The 5K takes off from the same location, Woodward in Manchester. I didn't know a 5K wasn't 5 miles. It's like 3.8 miles.
Oh, okay.
And a 10K
Why is it a 5K?
Miles. Because it's in euros or kilometers or something like that. Yeah. We all just it's not 5 miles.
Man, I'm not running 5 miles.
It's not 5 miles. It's 3.8. And we want you all to know it's a walk or run. Right. You don't have to run.
And it's only 3 points.
It's only 3 point something miles. Okay. You'll just be breaking the sweat when it's over. But shout out to Whitney Myers for starting. Right. Yeah, right. So they're gonna do that first, and then when they come back, we'll start lining up for the parade. And it's just one thing after the other. And then after the parade, it comes back to its starting point, and the festival begins. And then we're there till 9 p.m. So June 19th, from sun up to sundown, we'll be celebrating.
All right.
You know, it's a beautiful thing. It's really fun. Yeah. There's a sister who comes down from Ypsilanti on Facebook. Her name is Maya, right? And she's a yoga guru. And she volunteered. Because in the beginning, it's always about volunteering.
Yeah.
So I said, I want to add sunrise yoga. I said that on Facebook. And a couple people was like, $500? $300. I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want somebody who loves yoga and feel like, they want to give it to the people so they can see why they like it so much. Because maybe you'll get people to sign up for your class from it or something like that. And that's what she did. So she posted that, and she was like, we're going to be on Belle Isle at 6 in the morning, facing the sun, da-da-da.
Oh, so it's not on Woodward and Manchester?
No, hold on. We got a call from Parks and Recreation and said, we see y'all doing yoga on Belle Isle in the morning. He said, yeah. It's just going to be $400 to do yoga on Belle Isle in the morning. This is the thing. You have people who are knowledgeable who will say, look, you have people who are knowledgeable. They just saw that you
posted it?
Yeah, because they search these things now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't say where we're going to be until they approve it, or they'll deny it altogether. Again, limiting how long you promote it, right? To keep you small.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So when they called about the $400, it's like, $400 to sell it to do yoga. There's people who say our problem as a people is that we ask for permission. right?
Right.
If we just would have woke up and went and done yoga, no one would have said anything to
Right.
us.
Who they gonna charge?
Right. They were like, they just drove around like, oh, they're doing yoga. Oh, there's a duck. You know what I'm saying? But because you're like, hey, we're going to do it. Oh, she was accepting donations. Soon as you say you're taking some money, they want some money. You know what I'm saying? So I think she was like, it was our 13th year. So she was accepting $13 donations because she did drive from Ypsilanti. You know, it's just 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, no, if you're going to ask for money, we want $400, you know? So we just changed our location altogether, right? Because there's an entire stretch of riverfront. We don't have to be on Belle Isle, you know what I'm saying? So we changed our location. We got rid of the donations. We don't need it. We were able to give her an in-kind payment on our own. And we'll just work around it to celebrate ourselves and to celebrate the history of this country. We'll just have to work around the government, you know what I'm saying? Because once you're in it, you'll realize that a lot of stuff is true and a lot of stuff is done by design. So people who support this have to understand that you're doing a historic thing. If you're a fight the power type of person, this is what they mean by you don't have to throw a bottle. You don't have to start a fire. The system is trying to keep you from celebrating yourself in a major way. So you do it. Right? And you continue to do it and you continue to tell people and invite people because they cannot deny you. But as long as you stay small, they will. It's not enough of you to make enough noise. So come on out, have a good time.
Come on out.
Yeah, come on out, have a good time.
Okay.
First,
Come out May 2nd,
May 2nd,
here at the
Aretha's Jazz Cafe.
Starting at 8
Stand
o'clock.
up for a cause.
Doors open at 7.
Josh Adams,
6:30.
La La Love, Uncle Smooth, Chef Bullet,
Yes.
and Con Comedy.
Con Comedy.
Presented
That's the
by
first of many.
Golden Ram
That's the
Entertainment.
first
I've been
of
wanting to
many.
tell you for a while though
It's
that
the first of
Golden
many.
Ram sound like they do other entertainment.
What type of entertainment?
He's with me.
What type of entertainment? He's
Oh,
with you too.
He's with me. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard it, I was like, I don't even know if we could say that out loud. Golden Ram
better not.
Entertainment.
Right.
Just dripping gold on
Right,
ourselves.
exactly.
Well, no, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm
That'll
glad.
be a fundraiser too.
Absolutely, I got some ideas, but I'm glad that he's seen us. It feels good to be seen, right? Thank you for having it. The interview is going to go a long way. We're going to be sharing it for forever because
Sure,
it's a timeless
please do.
interview. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And Juneteenth's gonna be every year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you gonna be doing this every year.
This how long
We
it
should
took though.
grow
Like
over
it
and
takes
over.
time. You have to
Keep it up, man.
You have to keep
Sounds
it up,
like a
man.
great thing you're doing.
Yeah, it's
He's
going to be a
mastered
great
it.
thing.
He got a lot. I've been impressed, and I'm with it. I'm sold. You know what I mean? I'm sold from here on out. Anything I can do. Yeah,
All right.
I'm with
Well,
it.
thank you guys for doing this.
Thank
Just
you.
keep telling y'all
Thank you.
professional friends, man. We just got to
Alright.
tell y'all professional friends
Yeah.
that we trying to get these kids from one place to
It's
the
a
next.
non-profit.
Yeah.
So
All right.
that
Thank you guys for doing this.
tax write-off.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Cafe Chronicles.